and welcome back to the second part of Samantha's kitchen on the Spanish theme that we are doing. And why not do the classic potato bravas? Again, I wanted to create a recipe that was really simple, really quick, that you can pop into the oven, don't have to think about too much. With potato bravas though, you need to do the Spanish-based tomato sauce that goes on top of the potatoes. So what we'll do is we'll do this in 2 stages, but it takes 10 minutes in a pan. It is really dead simple. So let's start off with the ingredients that you'll need for this. I have already chopped up some potatoes. They've been washed and now chopped up and are ready to go into the oven. Okay, and I've separated now on the plate what you actually need. So the ingredients at the top is for the tomato sauce, but this is for the potatoes, and it's dead simple. You need a teaspoon of thyme, a teaspoon of oregano, and we're going to put that in. So we'll just put that in here like so. And then you'll need a drizzle of olive oil because these potatoes are going into the oven, and so you want to make sure that they coat and get nice and brown, just like how potato bravas should be. So you give these a good coat, making sure that you've covered all your herbs and spices. And then what I tend to do is cover these with foil, give them about 30 minutes covered with foil, and then take off the foil and then let them brown. Those 30 minutes covered in foil just make them go a little bit soft. It's your personal preference. I don't like my roast potatoes I don't like my potato bravas too brown, but it all depends on what you want. So I'm going to cover these now, and they're going to go in on 120 for the first half an hour, and then they'll go up to 150, 160 for the remainder. Okay, so we've just put the potatoes, the potato bravas into the oven, and we're now going to start with our sauce. So for our sauce ingredients, we will require a heaped teaspoon of garlic. I quite like a little bit of a kick in my my sauce for the bravas, so I've added 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Obviously, if you don't like spicy stuff, you don't need to put it in. I've got 1/2 teaspoon of celery salt. I have got a teaspoon of oregano, teaspoon of smoked paprika, and I have got 1/2 teaspoon of thyme. So we're going to fry all these in a tablespoon of olive oil. So I've just added my olive oil, and now I'm just going to add all my spices. And you don't want to cook this on ridiculously high heat. Nice medium, low to medium heat, and let them all really infuse. And you will need now to chop a small white onion to go in, and the more finely chopped you can do it, the better it will be. So I'm going to finely chop that now off camera and add it to the pan. So the onions have now been finely chopped, and I'm just giving this a stir around. You want to cook this until the onions are translucent, almost going on the verge of them turning brown, but not burnt. It's really important for these kinds of tomato based sauces, especially Mediterranean sauces, that you don't overcook the onions as you would in a traditional Indian cuisine, because the flavour profile isn't the same, so we're not after that. I just want to say as well, I started the YouTube channel due to being in lockdown, and I wanted to give people a little bit of just a little bit of inspiration really to cook what maybe something that they've not cooked before, that's quite easy and simple, and I've really enjoyed it. It's been really nice. I've had some lovely comments back, really positive, and I'm now at 30 subscribers, which obviously in the grand scheme of YouTube isn't crazy like millions and millions, but to me it means the world, because I know that there's 30 people out there, wherever you may be, who have taken an interest in what I'm doing and my cooking, and I just want to say a big thank you. And if you think anybody else in your family or your friends would like to see what I cook, let them know, and just ask them to subscribe, and if you put on the notifications, then you'll be able to see the food that I produce hopefully every week if I don't have any more technical difficulties. But yeah, I just want to thank everybody for showing their support right now, and it's been lovely, so thank you. So what we'll do, we'll come back when the onions are in the perfect position to add our tomato based sauce. Okay, so we're about halfway through where we want the onions to cook down to, and so you're going to add some black pepper. I would add the equivalent of half a teaspoon of black pepper. If my pepper mill will work, that would be nice. And then what we want to add is some sea salt, but I use Himalayan pink salt because it has a lot more beneficial properties. We want to add, same again, about half a teaspoon of salt to that. Give this a stir around. And then we're going to add a heaped tablespoon of tomato puree. If there is one ingredient that you should really have in all the time, it is tomato puree concentrate. It is used in so many dishes, and it just adds so much more intense flavour. So we're going to give this another couple of more minutes just to cook with the tomato in, and then we'll add a tiny bit of sugar. So I'm adding about this much sugar. Obviously if you can add sugar, or you're on a specific diet, then you can use artificial sugars. There's no problem there, or you don't have to put it in. I just think it just brings a little bit of sweetness to the, and breaks through the acidicness of the tomatoes. So here is a close-up of the, it's like a paste now, and this is what you want for the Brava sauce. So yeah, a few more minutes and then we'll add some passata. Okay, it has been a few minutes now, and I'm now going to add the passata, and I'm going to add a roughly half a pack of the passata, so about 250 mils, and then we're going to give that a good stir around. Give this a really good mix in, mix all those flavours up, and then you want to let this cook bubble away on a low to medium heat for around another 15 minutes. But that's how simple it is. Literally just a few herbs, spices, fry them up and put in your patata, and that is how easy it is. And look at the richness in that colour. It is smelling so nice. So the potato bravas are really starting to just get soft now. You're smelling absolutely lovely. They've been in there about 30 minutes, and now I'm going to take off the foil, ready for them to brown up. They smell absolutely amazing. So the potato bravas are just out of the oven now. How beautiful. Do these look amazing? Oh my goodness. I think we're ready to serve. Okay, here are the potato bravas, and let us add our wonderfully rich tomato Mediterranean sauce. Oh, look how rich that sauce is. Look at that. Oh, you can't get any better than that, can you? Look at how rich. Look at all the herbs, all the spices. Oh, it's amazing. You'll want these every time. Enjoy. Stay safe, everyone.